Hello girlfriends, today we are talking about how to downsize our hips and our booty. And of course that's if you actually want to downsize them. Because hey girlfriend, if you are rocking them and you love them, then you go for it and you just make it work for you. I'm all for body confidence. I think it's amazing. I also know that sometimes we are pretty self-conscious about parts of our body that we aren't so crazy about. And so that's where I come in and give you a few tips on how you can make them appear smaller, downsize them, just to give you that little bit of extra confidence. Because often what happens is that we dress to cover up, and when we dress to cover up, we actually can make them look bigger than they really are. Crazy, I know. So, first of all, the first thing that you need to know is that when you dress to cover up, which means when you wear something big and baggy, you often make everything look big and baggy. So if you wear a big baggy top, it's going to make, in order to cover up your hips or cover up your booty, then what's going to happen is it's going to make your whole body look that wide. And it's not going to look in proportion. So I have some alternatives that I think are going to blow your mind. They also are very different. They're things that you may not have thought about before, but are just really, really simple. Crazy, crazy stuff. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing, and if you were on my video yesterday, I was talking about tummies and how to disguise your tummy and de-emphasize your tummy, and I spoke about defining your waist. Well, defining your waist is actually the most important thing that you can do with any body part because it just creates this lovely, beautiful hourglass shape. It shows your proportion. Believe it or not, many of us, and I styled women for over 17 years. I styled all different shapes and sizes, body shapes, ages, you name it, I've done it. In most cases, what it is that we are in perfect balance. So either our shoulders or our bust, depending on which is your widest, is in perfect balance to your hips. Now, your shoulders, if you aren't broad-shouldered, you may have narrow shoulders, but normally if you gain weight, you're going to gain it in your bust too, which is the body's way of balancing things out. However, what we often do is go, oh, my boobs are getting so big, or my hips are getting so big, oh, wear something big and baggy to cover it up, and that doesn't do anything for you. I promise you it does nothing for you. What you really want to do is define that waist. And I'm going to show you a couple of ways of doing it. So first of all, this dress that I'm wearing, this is the TGNY Slimming Panel dress. And you'll understand what I mean because it has got these beautiful sneaky panels. So already what this does is that this defines the waist. It draws the eye down there and then away from the hips. So through the waist, away from the hips. Plus, it's taking this off. It's taking, the black makes it appear like it's almost just not there. It does this really big slimming effect. What's also nice is that the slash neckline, this kind of neckline, actually makes your shoulders pretty, like kind of appear quite broad. So if you are fairly narrow shouldered, this can work really well to create that sense of balance with your hips if you don't have the natural balance. Now, some of us don't, but in most cases you will find either your bust or your shoulders. But if you have a big bust, but your shoulders are narrow, this is also a great way of doing it. However, if you are, you've got pretty broad shoulders, I have pretty broad shoulders, this works for me too. Like, I don't feel like I need to narrow my shoulders. I'm okay with my shoulders, right? So it just depends on how you feel about yourself. Now, if you want to take this to the next level, okay, then what you can do is add a magic belt. Now, the magic belt, it is called a magic belt because it does create magic, and that defines your waist. It even further cinches your waist. So what this does is that it places the emphasis here right into the waist, which is your narrowest point. So come here, ladies, close, close. Okay. This is your waist, here, right here, not down here, not where your belly is. That's not your waist. You don't want to be emphasizing that because that's also kind of where the start of your hips is, right? You want to emphasize here, right into your waist. What this is also going to do is create that real balance. It's going to say, hey, this is a balanced hourglass look. This also helps with the booty, right? Because we want to have a nice balanced look. It's going to give you that gorgeous balance, as opposed to trying to cover it up. Covering up doesn't work. The other thing that you can do, and that's what this dress does, and a lot of the other TGNY dresses as well that are even longer, I'll show you in a second, is you want to wear a flared hem. Look at the difference, ladies, when I do this. Can you see the narrowed hem? Now, I know obviously we have these black panels going down, so the black panels are helping even if the hem is narrowed. But look at that in comparison to this. The reason why, as a designer, I flare out the hem is because it creates this natural balance for the hip. When the widest point is at the bottom, it makes everything above it appear narrower. Yes, you heard right. And that is going to be true for your booty too, right? So look at what happens if I do this. Okay, I'm hoping you can see. Yes, I think you can see. Versus that, right? There's no cupping here. That makes a big difference. So this is going to give you that really, really nice shape with the flare, because the flare is the widest point. So everything above it looks narrow. Now, you can also do that in other panels. So for instance, I have this panel dress here. This is the Oriental Garden, and this has a sneaky panel on the side, on the one side. So it does this kind of effect and narrows, and then, you know, it has this asymmetrical. So this can work really well, but again, the flare is there. There's always flare. I never work with narrowed hems because A, they're not as comfortable because you don't have as much room to walk, but B, they don't offer you that balance. The balance is amazing. It also helps because it makes you appear taller, believe it or not. So this is one of my favorite. This has been an absolute hot seller. Everybody's loving this. And it's got a slit in it as well here, and it's got this beautiful flare. Again, the fit in the waist, the flare at the hem. You want to take that to the next level, you just simply put the belt on it. That is what it does. And because of the flare, it's also not going to cup you here at the booty. It's not going to kind of get you all in the wrong places. There's also another thing I want to say, is that often what happens is that we think that print is going to make us appear bigger, right? Print only will make you look bigger if you're wearing something that is too big for you. So if you are wearing a printed out item, but it is way too big for you, it is going to make you look bigger. It's going to create more volume. However, when you wear it in fit, the eye doesn't know what's fabric and what's flesh, which is fabulous. It also doesn't show those panty lines and bra strap lines and all these kind of things. You don't have to worry about that. So you're not having to wear Spanx or anything underneath it, because that's one of the big concerns women have. For me, it's about looking and feeling fabulous every day, not just for a special occasion. And hey, girlfriend, if you want to wear the Spanx for a special occasion, go ahead and do so. But feeling that you need to wear them every single day, my hope is that you don't feel the need to do that, that your clothes look really good on your body and make you love the body that you have, that you don't feel the need for that. So that's my desire. So I have designed these clothes. This TGNY collection starts at $99 and goes up to, like, the most expensive is $169, and that is the velvet dress. In fact, thanks to Rainer, she had a question for me. She said, Tracy, I love that dress, but is it going to work for my pear shape? And yes, Rainer, it absolutely will, because again, there is flare at the hem, plus there is a slit, which then creates even more of that flare, even more of that width at the bottom, and it is going to work perfectly. Also, this neckline is great if you are slightly smaller on top and bigger on the bottom, because it's going to make you appear, it's just so flattering. It helps to create that balance. For me, it's not about creating perfection, girls, because none of us are perfect. It's actually about creating a sense of balance in your body. And don't be deceived, because every woman has got her things that she doesn't like about herself. And you may look at her and think, oh, she can wear, if only I was like her, I could wear anything. No, She doesn't think she can wear anything either. I definitely can't wear just anything. I can't. There are certain things that look good on me and there's certain things that don't. And so I choose to wear the things that look good on me. And so it's about finding what suits your body shape and what really works for you. And most times wearing fitted clothing, not tight. There's a difference between fitted and tight. Fitted is like, is this, right? Where you've got some shape. Tight is like, I can't move in it. That's tight, where you're popping out of it. That's not what we want. We want that nice shape. We want that beautiful silhouette. We want you to look and feel fabulous. So if you want to know more about the TGNY collection, feel free to go to tracygoldnewyork.com. It's TRACY, gold is in the color, New York, you know how to spell that, .com. And if you need the link, you can go to the link in my bio. You're welcome to do that. Please do use that tracygoldnewyork.com, because we're still fighting the algorithm with Tracy Gold from Growing Pains. I know, but we're getting there. We're making some progress. She's like, if you don't know her, she was from the 80s. Go Tracy Gold. You're still dominating Google, which is fantastic for her, but a little hard for people to find me. So it's tracygoldnewyork.com. And you can go onto any, you'll see a whole bunch of the styles there, and you can click onto an order page, an order now tab, and it will take you to an order page. We work as a made to order, right? So we make it for you. I have to also just say to you that these prices are not going to be these prices for very much longer. I'm just saying. So we've started this business, we're testing the market, we want to understand what it is that you want and what we can make for you that's going to help you look and feel fabulous, what you're going to respond to. And so for now, especially as we come out of, or kind of where, depends on where you are, what's going on in the COVID situation or the lockdown situation, many of us have taken a hit financially. So we're doing this to just help you out so that you can look and feel fabulous at a price point that you can afford. So feel free to put in all your details. It'll give you all the instructions on the website, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much, ladies. Hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.